Hello, hello, hello. It's Debbie Z, owner of Zibu Angelic Symbols. I have little Gracie with me. What do you think? Do you think it's time for Facebook Live again? All your friends are going to be here. So I have Gracie with me, and I'm all ready to bring through some angelic messages. And I'm just going to give you folks a few minutes to join me. It's my favorite day of the week. Well, Sunday evenings and Wednesday evenings. So shall we see who joins us? I bet Irma's going to be here. Irma is first. Look, I knew it, I knew it, I knew it. Irma, welcome, welcome. I'm happy to see you. I thought I'd just chat with my dog while I was waiting for people to join me. And Larissa is here. I'm happy to see you. Let's see, who else is here? I always love it when you make comments. Noreen is here. This is going to be a fun evening. I know it already. Well, I knew it before I even tapped in here. I have my water this time, and I'm just settling in. Irma, how are you doing? And Larissa, Noreen, how are you folks doing? Are you staying warm and you're bundled up and comfortable? Who else is here? Stacy is here. Hi, I'm glad you're with us. And Lisa Ann, I'm glad, from Georgia. I love that. I love knowing where Kyle Foster is here. I haven't seen you in a long time. Thanks for joining us. I've got more people. Irma's always wrapped up in the quilt, right? Kyle is a massage therapist, and he said, I asked how he was doing. He says, good, use Zibu today in massage. There's so many different ways to tap into that energy. I just think it's wonderful. And Laura Lees is here. Yay, Laura's here. I love my community so much. I absolutely love my community. So thank you all for joining here. Did you see my posts from Sedona? Last time I went to Sedona, it was with Laura. Laura Lees just checked in, but I went with, it's a wonderful day here. Very good, Noreen. I went to Sedona yesterday and I met up with a friend, Suzette, not Suzanne. And I hadn't seen her she's a friend from Washington, and I hadn't seen her. We figured out it had been 12 years since we had seen each other, but she was going to be in town for a few days. She was going to be in Sedona for a few days, and she was traveling with a friend. Her friend had to go back to Monterey, and so she said, do you want to meet me up here? And I said, yeah, absolutely. I will always go to Sedona. I don't even need a reason to go. It's just, the energy is so good. It just feels wonderful there. And I always get an energetic shift. I get insights, I get messages. It always unfolds to be exactly what is needed. And so I posted some pictures. The video I did was kind of silly. Well, it was the two of us sitting on the top of Airport Vortex. So I was holding it, doing a selfie, doing the video with Suzette and me. And it was windy and it was blustery and it was bright outside. And I couldn't see the button to turn off the video. So it's one of those videos that ends with the face down and saying, hey, where's the button? I don't know, it was just chaotic at the end. So it wasn't my most professional video, but it was fun. And it showed the beautiful view from up there. And we climbed up even higher on Airport Vortex, so that we had a 360 view of all of Sedona. It was fabulous. It was just amazing. So that was a great day. I went to the Buddhist Peace Park, and while I was there, I sat and meditated, and I got just exquisite messages and beautiful images. And then I didn't bring my paper with me, so I had to go back to the car and do all my writing afterwards. But it's always transformative. It always is. So the symbol that keeps coming up, and I get demonstrations of it, like 4 days in a row, demonstrations of believe, trust, and believe, and it's all going to work out. It always will, no matter what it looks like, it will always work out. And so it makes me think of, let's see, a friend came to my apartment just to visit, and she had several bags with her, and I donated some jewelry for to benefit one of the motorcycle women who was having surgery. And so Suzanne came over to get the things. She was carrying a lot of bags, a lot of things. We visited for a while. When she left, when she got home, she realized she lost her wallet somewhere between my place and her place. She lost her wallet. And she said, "Is it there?" And I said, "No." So I checked. No, it wasn't here. And what I kept hearing and what I kept feeling was that it's just temporarily misplaced. You'll get it. It's there. You just can't see it right now. You'll get it. Trust in the process. And she started thinking about, oh, what if someone has my wallet? What if they're charging on my credit cards? And she was already to the point of thinking, should I replace my credit card? Should I put a stop on my debit card, my credit cards? But I kept saying, trust, it's going to show up. It's there. You'll find it. And so a few hours went by, and then she texted later in the evening and she said, oh, my neighbor found it in my parking lot and he's bringing it back over. So it all resolved. But if we can trust and believe and stay in that place of believing it's all going to be fine, it's all going to work out fine, this resolved in just a matter of a few hours. So that happened one day. And then the following day, my other friend called and said he was really frustrated because he had mailed an expensive package off to someone, and it showed the post office said, yeah, we delivered it, and the person didn't receive it. So somehow between the person mailing it, the person receiving it, it didn't arrive. And so he was getting worked up about, what am I going to do? I'm going to have to send a second package, the expense, just getting concerned about that. And I just kept feeling it's okay. It's all going to resolve just fine. And he called me the following day and he said, oh yeah, the package showed up. It was delivered at the next door neighbor's house. So it did resolve. It was just temporarily misplaced. So all the messages leading up to today were even about trust. When 2 weeks ago, I went to the dentist. It's not my favorite thing to do. I went to the dentist and I was going to get a crown on my tooth. And once I was there, she said, "No, it's not a crown. You're going to get a root canal and a crown." And as soon as she said those words, root canal, it's like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to be here. And I just was really kind of freaked out. I'll admit it, I was freaked out. The appointment was really stressful. It wasn't what I expected. It was a lot more expensive than I thought it was going to be. The whole thing, nothing seemed to go very well. So that was the prep for the root canal. So I went back this morning for the root canal with the endodontist. And so I thought this morning I started getting kind of yiked up again. And I thought, hey, wait a second. I'm going to focus on trust and I'm going to set my intention. It's going to go beautifully. I sat with my journal. I did my meditation this morning and I drew the symbol for trust in the outcome, trust in when I set my intention that it's going to go beautifully today. It's going to go beautiful. I suspended my doubt. And I knew it just has to work out. It just has to. There's no room for doubt in this. So I envisioned, I'd never met the endodontist, but I thought this person is going to be caring. Well, I wrote this down, caring, competent, and calm. Because last time it was chaotic and it was not good. So I kept seeing the 3 C's, calm, competent, compassionate. That's what I said. So that's what I was focusing on. And that helped calm me down. And so I went to the appointment. I was still going to ask for nitrous oxide if needed, but I focused on those things. And I went in, sat in the chair, and this nicest man came out. He was so kind. He was very calm. And he explained everything that he was going to do. He was exactly who I had envisioned, a really kind, compassionate man. So he did the nitrous oxide. I was pretty calm by then, but still, I used that. Yeah, Laura Lee's is a former dental assistant. So she says, yeah, always get nitrous. So I was able to moderate it so I wasn't so far out there this time. And I also wore some Zibu jewelry to calm me down. And Laura, when she visited me last month, she gave me a little stuffed bunny. This is the sweetest little thing. I'm not too proud to walk into a dentist office carrying a little stuffed bunny. It looked kind of silly, but I thought, this is going to bring me some comfort. I was thinking of Laura. I thought, Laura's comforting presence is here. So yeah, I was sitting in the dentist chair with a little stuffed bunny. And this dentist was so kind. He explained everything that he was doing. The whole thing went beautifully. And he did the root canal. It was fine. My dentist came in, put the crown on. But while the laughing gas or the nitrous was wearing off and they took the mask off, I said, oh, I just want to tell you, I am so grateful for you. I said, I set an intention before I came here, before I met you, that you would be what did I say, a calm, I said the three C's, a calm, competent, and compassionate dentist. And his assistant said, and the fourth C is that he's cute. And I just thought, oh, I bet I'm still getting off of the laughing gas. I don't want to say anything to embarrass myself, but he was very cute. So I focused on the positive. There was no room for doubt. I knew it was going to go beautifully. And I loved that I could tap into that energy and just trust and know I was being taken care of. That room was crowded because I had all of the spirit or the energy of so many people. Brittany, you're here. Hi. She says, that's something I need to be better about, trusting that everything will work itself out. Do you know, in the past, I've wasted time worrying about things that don't even happen. I don't know if any of you can relate to that, but when we can relax and trust and know that everything's unfolding in divine right timing, that our angels are with us, our guides are with us, and that things do work out. And especially having the symbol for trust, to me, that looks like a talisman. It looks like something to hold on to or to touch or connect with. No, Gracie has decided she wants to play with a little squeaky mouse in here. I hope that's just the toy. So even before I was into spirituality and all of metaphysical things, even then, things would work out at those times that I would believe, and I would. Oh, that reminds me, I have a tattoo. My daughter and I got a tattoo after my husband died, after her dad died. She wanted to get matching tattoos, and I just thought, tattoo, I don't know about that. But after he died, we had to rely on each other. And so our bond got really strong. And I said, you know what I think of when I look at you, because my daughter's 30. So that was 11 years ago. I said, when I look at you, I see a strong and independent woman. And I see that when we believe in ourselves and believe in the outcome and trust and believe, everything's going to be okay. So I took my calligraphy pen, wrote out the word believe, and that's the word I have tattooed on my ribs, and she has tattooed on her shoulder. So when I look at her, on her shoulder is my handwriting, it's the word believe. So trust and believe. And as I was getting ready for this Facebook Live, it made me think of one other story. And I'll show you the symbol for trust and I'll do the messages and all of that. But I have to tell you that years ago, I mean, many years ago, when I was 25, I decided I wanted to go to art school. And it was going to be expensive. It was a nice school. It was Cornish College of the Arts in Seattle. And I needed to put things into motion to make that happen. I applied to the school, I was accepted right away, but I had an expensive little sports car that was always breaking down, cute little Triumph. It was always breaking down and it wasn't paid for yet, so I was still making payments. I had to find a place to live in Seattle. I had to find a job in Seattle. So those things, the car, the job, and a place to live, I had to find those. And people around me, even my friends were saying, I don't know, Deb. I don't see how you can do this. Find a job that pays enough that you can pay for rent and then go to school. How are you going to do this? So I had a lot of people around me who were saying, you're not going to be able to do this. And that's probably what gave me more strength. I know it will. I don't know how, but I know it will. And this was even before I was into spiritual things and about thinking about the law of attraction and all that. So I had to, I got my little sports car, drove to Seattle, and I went to the University of Washington Employment Center. And I thought, it's a big campus. There's the medical school. There's the university. I'm sure there's a job there that I could get. So I went to the employment agency, gave them my application, and she said, "Oh, you've driven 2 hours to get here. I'm not just going to send you home to come back. Let me see if I can get an interview set up for you." So she looked through all of her job openings and she said, "Oh, actually, in the Department of Surgery at the University of Washington Medical Center, there's an opening for at admin." And that's what I want to do. I want something basic that I could just go in, do the job, and leave and not have to worry about that in addition to school. And so she said, "Let me see if I can get you over there for an interview." And she called and it worked out fine. And so I went over to interview, and he interviewed me. And I was currently working for a surgeon at the time who, it turns out, was the resident for the new doctor that I was applying with. So my doctor that I had been working for had worked at the University of Washington, was a resident under this doctor. I didn't know that. So I was offered the job. I got that, and I thought, wow, that was easy. So I thought, as long as I'm in Seattle, I'm going to look for an apartment. So I got in my little tiny sports car again. I drove all over Seattle. I drove all over Capitol Hill, which is where the college was, the art school. I was driving all over the place, and wouldn't you know it, my car broke down. And I had to pull off to the side of the road. I was on this side road. I just pulled off to the side. I was sitting in my little car, and I thought, oh, great, what am I going to do? And I looked across the street, and there was an apartment for rent. I kid you not, apartment for rent. So I thought, might as well go and check it out. So I got out, went over, and it was on the fourth floor of a building, 1920s, like Art Deco brick building. And it was this little teeny tiny studio apartment. It had a Murphy bed that would pull out into the middle. And it was on the top floor on the side of a hill overlooking downtown Seattle. So from the Murphy bed pulling out, I would be able to lay in bed, look through the window, and see all of downtown lit up. And I told her where I was going to be working, where I was going to be going to school. And she says, "Yep, that's fine. Just pay your deposit." So just like that, it was approved. So I got a job and an apartment in the same day. So I was flying high. When I got home, back to Anacortes, I was thinking, this is great. I knew it. I knew it would all work out. But I still had to sell my car. And I thought, well, that might be a tricky one, but I don't know how, but it's going to work out. So a few days later, I was driving to work in my cute little car. I pulled into the parking lot, and there was a man in a car behind me who pulled in right behind me and parked next to me. And I thought, that's kind of creepy that someone's following me and pulled in next to me. He got out of the car and he says, "Hey, your car's for sale. That's exactly what my wife is looking for. Can I make arrangements for her to come test drive it?" Sure. So she came over that night. They wrote me a check and say, "Yep, I'd like it." She got in it and drove off. So boom, 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 these things came together, even when I didn't realize about the universe rising up to support you. So those were a lot of stories, but those are important. I wanted to tell you things do work out. And I have to remind, when things get difficult and I get my own way and start doubting, I like to remember the art school story, because that was a big one. And that was a pretty cool one. So Ladina is here. Bethany. Oh, Bethany, you're here. You're here in Arizona. I'm in Mesa. And I'm going to be doing an event in Phoenix next month, March 21st. I haven't posted it on my Facebook page yet, but March 21st in Phoenix, I'm going to be doing the Phoenix Psychic Fair. Oh, yeah, I need a symbol for synchronicity. Kyle's asking, symbol for synchronicities? I don't have one as yet, but that would be a good one to ask for. Let's see. So Bethany says, "I so want to visit that place in Sedona. I've never been." It's amazing. I regularly go there. When I go to Sedona, is 2.5 hours away from me. So I make pretty regular trips, like every few months or so. And if someone comes to town, they usually say, "Do you think we have time to go to Sedona?" Absolutely. Oh yes, Laura Laura Lees was here visiting me in February. I posted lots of pictures and told the stories about our adventures. Laura is coming back. Laura lives in Seattle, and she's coming back in April to visit. And so we were FaceTiming recently. She said, "Oh gosh, I need to find I've got to better get busy and find a place to stay. I've got my little Gracie here, and Laura has allergies to dogs. She's got allergies to a lot of things, but to dogs. So she can't stay here with me. So I was going to help her find a place, an Airbnb, and that's kind of hit or miss. You have to say what you're willing to pay and hope that something in that price range shows up, and within the radius of where you want to go. Last time she was 15 minutes away, and I had the car and I could go and pick her up, but she said, wouldn't it be nice if I was closer? So we were looking at a dollar amount, we were looking at distance, and we were on FaceTime. So we had our phones out, we had our computers up, and we were looking at Airbnb. And so we were looking at all these places, and I had drawn a map for her saying, this is where I live on the map. This is the 5-minute perimeter. This is the 10-minute perimeter. So you cannot get an idea of where I am, how far things are. So we called up Airbnb, and I had it online. She had it online. And I could see places available that she couldn't see. And so I could see where I lived. There was a little mark where I lived, and there were 2 places lit up right next to it. So I enlarged the screen. I said, do you see that one? She says, no, I don't see it. So I clicked on it and I forwarded it to her. I clicked on another one and sent it to her. And on the map, they looked like they were just, if not the same condo complex, it looked really close. So I sent both to her, and she looked at them. And I looked at the pictures, and they had really distinctive windows. Like sometimes you have windows with the arched window above it. These were windows with kind of angular geometric patterns above the windows. And I thought, that looks a lot like the condo complex right next door. So when I looked closer, sure enough, it was the condo complex right next door to me. And it was listed at $91, $98 a night, but it had been marked down to $61. And I said, Laura, go for it. Go. If that looks good, you better nab it right now. So she says, okay, just a minute. So she went off, did her thing, and she came back and said, okay, I got it. I got the $61 a night place. And it's for 8 nights. So that really made a difference. So we were saying, wow, isn't this great? It's right next door. It's even better than what we could have wished for. And the next day when we were talking, she said, oh, let me show you the pictures of the interior. So she checked into Airbnb to that link again. The price had gone up just overnight to $198 a night. So it went from 98 down to 61, and she got it. Then it went up to 198. So if you can't say that that was the universe supporting us, I don't know what else would have happened. We just kept saying, can you believe it? It's right next door. It's close. It's the right price. It's the right time. So I do feel like the angels and the universe came together to support us on that one because we trusted and had faith. And so I do want to show you what the symbol. So do you like my stories? They were long-winded, but I really wanted to share them with you. And I think I'm looking at my teeth. I went to the dentist this morning, and had the root canal, and the root canal, and so I'm still feeling kind of weird in my face, and it'll be fine. So let's see. So trust. This is what trust looks like. This is a symbol for trust. And I've said before, and you can take a screenshot of this if you want to refer back to this. Trust, to me, all of these symbols represent like passwords or passcodes or keys to tap into energy to assist you. So it's almost like we're at this level, the angels are at this much higher level. With these symbols, they act as keys or pathways or bridges, whatever you want to say. It's a way to quickly connect with that energy that's much higher vibration than where we are. So, so that's what I was doing this morning. I was drawing the symbol for trust, trust, trust. I didn't have any jewelry that had that symbol on it, but that's what I was tapping into. I was drawing the symbol, and by doing so, I was tapping into that energy. I wanted to read you the message from, channeled message from my book. Okay, that's interesting. The gemstone associated with it is amber, but the physical part of the body associated with this one is the larynx, or the voice box. So it reminds me about speaking up and believing and trusting and having faith that everything, faith and trust, those two show up together quite a bit. Hello, Pradeep. Nice to see you. I'm glad you're here from Canada. So here's the message about trust. Trust opens the door for possibilities. It releases the blocks and allows for inward movement of love. And I think of love as being the highest vibration. I mean, it lets this highest vibration in. All those who experience trust are available to experience even greater things. Trust is an opening of a sealed door. Open up to the possibilities. So this is a message that I channeled back in 2007. And this is before the messages. Right now, when I channel, the messages are much more expansive and they're more sophisticated than these first ones. But this is pretty concise and to the point, saying that tapping into trust opens up these doors and it releases the blocks, because our doubt is a block. When we doubt and we think, I'm not sure how this is going to happen, or what if this, what if this? But when we slip into this place of trust and believing, it brings in this higher vibration. It lets us tap into this place of being able to open these doors that we may unknowingly be blocking ourselves. So trust is an opening of a sealed door. Open up to the possibilities. I really like that. I was just looking at this story. Each in the book, there's a story underneath the channeled message. So there's 88 symbols, there's 88 channeled messages, 88 individual stories. I haven't read this in a while, so it'd be good to reread these. But anyway, that's what I wanted to share with you about trust, that it really is whatever you want to use to tap into that energy, whether it's drawing it on a piece of paper, or if you happen to have the deck of cards, hold the cards, meditate with the cards, so that you tap into that energy. And it's not that the card or the symbol solves things for you, but it provides a way to quickly, like instantaneously, tap into the energy that the angels already have for you. And it's providing a link to that. And I do get that it's instantaneous. Draw the symbol, tap into this, and it's like the angels are reaching down, you're reaching up, and it helps you make bridge that gap. I do see it as a bridge or a passageway or a door opening. So that's what I wanted to tell you about that. Do you have any questions about the symbol or about the message? I wrote a few things down here. I got to drink some water. Do you have any questions? So that was interesting, wasn't it, Laura, about finding your condo? Pretty wild. Oh, hey, Kyle, back here. I just noticed your message when you said symbol for synchronicities and you wrote bra. Is that like Swedish? Bra? That's jättebra, like really good? Is that what you meant? Jättebra, jättefin. Oh, I know that. I'm just looking back to see who else is here. Irma, you like it when I speak Swedish, right? Jättebra, jättefin. Yeah, Laura, it was amazing how it all worked out. So Laura and I have a whole list of things that we're going to do when she comes back in April. And interestingly enough, Suzette is coming back in April. Another friend from Tacoma, Washington is coming back the first part of April and is going to Lake Havasu. So I get to see her. So there's a lot of synchronicities as well. With me reconnecting with people that I knew when I first channeled the symbols. Like Laura was there, she was doing the Reiki on me when the angel appeared and talked to me about what the symbols were. Suzette And Laura and I were in the same spiritual group at that time. And so for Suzette to show up, it was a reminder of that time when all of this began with Zibu and the symbols. Um, there have just been so many synchronicities. I need to start writing them down because it's pretty amazing. So do you have any questions on any of these things, of the symbol, of anything about how to use the symbol? I've been sleeping on a symbol. I have a card for Listen Within, and I've got that tucked inside my pillowcase. And it does feel like more messages are coming through. I got so many messages when I was sitting at the Peace Park in Sedona. Um, it was so quiet. It was so still. I felt connected with everything and everyone. And I kept hearing messages of unity, unity, unity. It was about feeling connected with Mother Earth, but also connected with the celestial um, area, um, celestial beings. And it was unusually quiet at the Peace Park. There was just the slight breeze, and the prayer flags were gently moving. There were a lot of people. There wasn't a lot of talking. It was still, and it was so calm. Laura, I don't know if you noticed that as well. And I posted pictures of the clouds. The clouds were shaped like feathers. They were huge. They were soft, and they were feather-like. They were just incredible. And Laura, you saw those as well. I posted those pictures. It was pretty amazing. So I'm not going to be channeling tonight. I'm feeling not 100% tonight. I'm still, my tooth is aching. I'm not feeling real great, but I didn't want to miss this time spending time with you. I thought I'd share my stories, show you the symbol, read the message about this. Linda Hill, the clouds really were incredible. They had so much depth to them, and they were thick and thin. They were just lacy looking. It was amazing, and they were huge. It took up the whole sky. I mean, I just stood and looked up in awe. So it was, and the day was orchestrated beautifully. Suzette and I didn't have to race to get anywhere. We saw the Red Rock National Park. Um, everything, the timing was perfect. We needed to leave at a certain time, and we got to the restaurant, and they had a seat for us. And as soon as we sat down, the restaurant filled up. We had our meal. It was exquisite. We got to sit outside and see the beautiful mountains. And when we finished, it was exactly the time we wanted to leave before the sun set, so I could see, because it's a two-lane road leading out of town, and it's not well lit. So last time when Laura and I went, it was tricky driving home. So yeah, tell me, do you have any comments or anything? I'm keeping this kind of short, but I'll have more information for you next time. I know I'll be feeling better, but I didn't want to miss hanging out with you guys. This is one of the highlights of my week. The other one is Sunday nights, and I'll continue to do that. But as I said, for those of you who are in Arizona, I'm going to do the Phoenix Psychic Fair on Sunday, March 21st, and it's 9 to 5, and I'll be doing readings. I'll be doing hennas. I'll have my trusty assistant Celia with me, and she will be helping to tell about the jewelry and the different things I have there with me. So thank you, Larissa. I will be feeling better. I'm feeling better already. I'm just going to rest tonight, give myself the evening off. And unless you have any questions, just looking back to make sure I didn't miss anything. I hope that that the stories brought you some inspiration, knowing that things really do work out beautifully when we get out of the way, and if we try not to meddle too much, and if we can relax and not get so worked up and release our doubt and fear, and just know it's all going to work out. I know I've wasted time in the past worrying about, oh my gosh, how is this going to work out? And a lot of those worries never come to pass. So yeah, thank you, Pradeep. Hope you feel better soon. I will. I'm not feeling terrible. I'm just feeling kind of drained, just kind of tired after all of that. So unless you have any other questions or any comments, I want to thank all of you here for being with me. I love my community so much. All of you are just great. And I will be here on Sunday evening. Rest up and feel better. Thank you. I thank you, Laura. Laura Wilson is here. Thank you. Noreen, so happy that you're here. All of you. If I didn't catch you by name, please know that I'm grateful for each one of you. And Kyle, it was nice to see you. Kyle Foster. I haven't seen you in a long time. I mean, I've never seen you in person, but talking online. And Brittany, glad that all of you are here. So have a great week, and I'll be feeling really good and have more messages for you, more inspiration, and that will be on Sunday, same time. Okay, take care. Have a great week. I love you all. Bye.